Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'd like to go over my 2023 setup and some new gear I got. So stay tuned. Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to go over some of my gear, my 2023 setup. I've got some new gear and I still have some old gear, but we'll go over it. I have to get everything cleaned up and put back where it goes anyway from killing that bear the other day. So here we go. I've been trying to shoot this video for quite some time now, but for some reason it always seems to get interrupted. So this morning I got up at 4 to hunt. I was gonna go out, but my back's still really bothering me, and I still have the two halves of that bear to finish butchering. So I decided to skip the hunt this morning, and I was sitting around and thought, well, maybe I just shoot this video now. There's less chance of me getting interrupted. So here we go. We're going to start off with my pack and get it out of the way. So I'm running the Mystery Ranch Pop-Up 28, which you guys have seen before. I love this pack. I don't have any plans on changing it anytime soon. If I do change it, I'll probably go to the Pop-Up, what is it, Pop-Up 30, the next size bigger in the Pop-Up line. But this pack served me well. I've used it a lot. I think this is my 4th year with it, and it really works great. And this year I went to one sticking, so we'll just start there in the back here. I have my one stick. It's a Novix mini stick. I have a 3-step aider on it and an amp steel rope to secure it to the tree. Simple. I just took one of the sticks I already had and just added that aider. And I think the aider, I have to look and see where the aider came from. If I find it, I'll link it in the description. But that's my one stick. And then of course, I'm using the Predator platform. I have no reason to change platforms. This platform's great. I really like it. Simple, lightweight, small. I don't need the XL. This works just fine. So no plans on changing that. Next up here on the outside, I always run my 4th Era camera arm in this pouch. On the other side in the pouch, I put my water bottle. The top pocket here, I have my headlamps, my release. I carry 2 headlamps. I happen to have 3 in here just because there was one laying around. I threw it in. My gloves. Grunt call, and gloves. Also have my earbuds, and this is an O-light I use if I'm tracking. This is a little brighter than the headlamp, a little more focused beam. I can see out a little further. I use that for tracking. It also has a hat clip in case batteries go dead or whatever. So that's the top pouch. This outside lower pouch here, I carry some toilet paper and paper towels. My electronics, I have the Goal Zero. I think it's a 20,000 milliamp battery, and cords and some spare batteries. Hot hands, of course. There's a Mountain Ops Ignite. And I usually carry my snacks in here. I always carry a large garbage bag, contractor size, and a rain poncho for an emergency. Hunting license. Drag rope. I think this is a Gerber. I really like this knife. I've used it on several deer and now bear. I like it. And of course some paracord. You always got to have some paracord with you for just in case, especially when you're solo. I use it for tying legs. Like if I'm going to field dress a deer, I'll tie a hind leg up to a tree or sapling or something to keep it spread, and it makes field dressing much easier. Oh, gotta have a stinger waffle, a honeybee stinger waffle. Gotta have one of those. A little bit of quick energy. And inside, I don't have much at all in here right now. The rest of the parts for my camera arm, and I think my kill kit's in here. Yep, kill kit. And in there I just have a knife sharpener, some flagging tape if I have to mark a trail, pencil for filling out my tag, and since I'm in PA, oh, I gotta sit down, guys, sorry. Since I'm in PA, I'm only carrying 2 game bags. I can fit a whole deer in 2 game bags. So if I'm back in deep and don't want to drag it, I can pack it out. And that's it. Trophy line knee pads. I've had these for 4 seasons now, ever since I started saddle hunting. They're holding up great. I like the fact that this is a soft rubber. It grips a tree really well, and there's no clanking or banging, you know, that hard plastic against a tree, and it's not slippery. They're very quiet, and they're half the price of some other knee pads that I've looked at. So trophy line knee pads, they go in there, and then the rest of the space I usually use just for layers. When I'm hiking in, a lot of times when I'm hunting here at home cabin, I run the 4-wheeler up to the base of the mountain and then hike in from there. So I gotta wear layers to get me there, and then when I get there I strip off, shove them in here, and go hike up the mountain. So that's it for the pack and the stuff I carry in the pack. Alright, we're gonna move on here to my bino harness. My bino harness is new this year. I got the Mystery Ranch bino harness, and I'm really liking it. Although there are a couple things that are sort of have me a little torqued. Binoculars are great. I'm using the Crossfire binoculars from Vortex. For me, they're an awesome binocular. I don't have... Yes, I've looked through the razors and the what's the other one? The Diamondback. Matt has the Diamondbacks, and they're really nice glass, really look good, but for the money and the weight and the price difference, the Crossfires have served me great. I'm just going to continue to use them. These are 10 by 42s. If I go to the 12 by 50s, which I'm thinking about buying, I'm probably going to buy the Diamondbacks. But they fit in this Mystery Ranch binding harness really well. The only thing that's really bugs me about this harness, it's magnetized, it's quiet, flips open to the front, but I have a little trouble keeping it open. Like if I'm on the archery course or whatever, this magnet could be a little stronger, I think, or placed a little bit different, help hold that open. But other than that, I mean, it's silent. I usually carry a wind checker. Right now I have some milkweed shoved in there, and when I'm in Colorado, I carry my license in this pouch back here so I can get to it. I also got the Mystery Ranch rangefinder case. I like it. And new this year for me is the Vortex Crossfire rangefinder. I've never used a rangefinder for rifle hunting. I haven't hunted out west or anything. Here in PA, I don't really need it in the woods. But it is a great rangefinder for archery hunting. Seems to be very accurate. I like the fact that it's got some magnification, and I don't remember right now off the top of my head what it is, but I really like it. I really like the red display. It's much easier to see in low light, and you can adjust how bright it is. I like that feature. So that's the Vortex rangefinder, Crossfire model, and it goes right in that pouch. And that's it for the binding harness. Is really comfortable. You don't even know you're wearing it. I really like it. Other than, like I said, the only thing I don't like is I think that magnet on the front could be a little stronger. Okay, my saddle setup for this year. Same saddle. It's the tethered Predator Phantom. I'm sorry, the tethered Phantom, which I've had for 4 years, holding up great. Very comfortable. No plans on changing there. Adjustable bridge, I really like. What can I say? I don't know. There's 100,000 YouTube videos about the Phantom saddle. I really like it. It's a nice saddle. My Opalux linesman's belt stays here, daisy chained with the Ropeman 1. I use that when I'm initially getting in the tree till I get up to the top of my stick and hooking up my tether. And recently I started wearing it, using it the whole time I'm climbing. I'll get to the top of my stick, throw the linesman's, I'll have the linesman's belt on, get to the top of my stick, attach my tether or slide it up depending on where I am in a tree, and that allows me to use both hands. And even though I'm hooking and unhooking the linesman's belt to move my stick, it is still way faster than trying to raise your tether with one hand, and you feel a lot safer too. So that's what I'm doing. Linesman's belt. Over on this side, I have my Canyon River, I believe it's Canyon River, from Eastern Woods Outdoors. All this one sticking stuff I got from Eastern Woods Outdoors. They have a kit you can buy, and I think I bought the kit, but I got my my steel triangle there. This is just a Night Eyes gear tie used to keep my rope from sliding down the tree till I get some weight on it. 35-foot Canyon River rope with the loop in the end. Works awesome. That's the only thing I keep in there. Over on this side, I didn't get Dynaglide. I'm just using paracord and Night Eyes gear tie. This is my pull down rope to to pull my rope down the tree after I rappel down. Also doubles as my bow hoist. So that eliminates me from carrying another rope. I think there's 25 or 30 feet there. I have my Kong duck ascender and just a carabiner from Tethered. This is a Eternal Loop I got from Eastern Woods Outdoors. I use this as a safety below in case my Kong duck slips. If I hit the handle and slip a little bit or something, this stops it. And I just tie a prusik knot on it quick, and then I throw it on my carabiner to my linesman's belt, and that way I can slide it up and down, move it to where it's comfortable. It does two things. It's a safety in case this slips, and it keeps the rope that I have out tucked back out of the way. It keeps it closer to me. I just tighten that up and pull that rope back closer to me. It doesn't get in the road of the shot, but it just makes me feel better having everything clear, so I'm wide open and don't have to worry about anything. Just me. I also, in this pouch, have my hip strap from Tethered. I have the back support, which I use pretty often, not all the time, but I do use it a lot. It does help, especially with me and my back. And then new this year, I got the Tethered hook for my bow, my Tethered bow hook. I need to put some stealth stripping or something on here. It is a little bit noisy. Although I haven't had any issues, I really have to pay attention when I'm getting my bow down. And then for whatever reason, I have an extra carabiner in here. That's a saddle. I always keep my leg straps hooked, and I just step into them. Here's the other one. I just step into them like that when I'm getting my saddle on to hiking. So that's it for the saddle. Okay. All right, guys. Last but certainly not least, the only thing that really matters of this whole setup is this gizmo right here. This is the Mathews V3, which y'all know, of course, if you watch the channel. Running the Mathews drop away rest. It's a string driven rest. I'm running the Spot Hog Fast Steady XL. It's a 2-pin slider sight. I got the ABB bowstring, orange and black. I kind of dig that. I think that's cool. The 8-inch Mathews stabilizer, tight spot quiver, which I really like. There's a story behind this quiver, I'll tell you quick. So our first year at Colorado elk hunting, I was climbing over blowdowns. I was about 4 feet off the ground, and of course I fell. Bow flew, I flew. Luckily, I landed on my butt on some dead stuff, and other than a few scrapes and bruises, I was relatively unscathed. But I smashed my Mathews quiver. So it was still attached to the bow. The broadheads were still covered, but I think the next day or day or two later, we went into town. I needed to get a new quiver. We found a bow shop, and they happened to have one tight spot quiver left that would fit my bow. So I got it, and I am so glad I did. I really like this quiver. It's awesome. You can tighten down the arrows how hard you want it to be to pull the arrows out of the quiver, which for you guys that elk hunt know that going through the brush is hard on equipment. I lost an arrow actually out of my Matthews quiver going through the brush. The brush just pulled it out and I didn't realize it. So that's a real nice feature. It's got this cam lever, so when I'm in the saddle, I like to take the quiver off. Comes right off, easy peasy, silently, hanging on my pith strap, and it easily goes back on. I really like this quiver. It's even got some silencing here in the middle. Your arrows rest against this piece of rubber to help quiet any vibration. It's a solid quiver. I like it. As I say that, and then I can't get the darn thing back on. Okay. All right. This lever lock, I don't know if you can see it or not, I can't tell, but this lever locks us on your bow. When I'm elk hunting, I even take a Night Eyes gear tie. I lock that sucker on, put the Night Eyes gear tie through this hole, and cinch her down. Because more than one person I've talked to has lost a quiver going through the brush. So that's the tight spot quiver. My arrow setup this year is the Easton Access match grade 5mm, 400 spine. It is 27 inches. I've got 4 vanes to help stabilize that big broadhead with a wrap. These are 125 grain Annihilator broadheads with the iron wheel collar. This arrow comes in at 448 grains. And the FOC on this is only 13.5. So I was a little concerned. I wasn't, sold on a setup. The setup I ran last year was a 3 vane and 100 grain broadhead with a 75 grain Easton half in, half out inserts. And those arrows, with same length and even having the 3 vanes, they came in at 472 grains with a 18.9% FOC. So I wasn't like I said, those arrows blew right through deer, but I was hunting elk. I wanted an elk setup, so I did this, and I can tell you after shooting that bear, this setup here is money. It blew through right behind the front shoulder, going in, buried itself in the opposite shoulder. Didn't make it the whole way through because it did hit the opposite side shoulder bone, but that arrow did the job. In fact, it was this arrow right here, and it's going to kill a buck now. So anyway, that's my arrow setup. That's pretty boring stuff, but some of you guys like that. These Annihilator broadheads, I just cannot say enough about. They fly great. It was very easy to tune them with my field points, and they are rock solid. You can sharpen them. This thing I have sharpened like a razor, although this is a different tip. I lost the broadhead from the bear. I found the arrow, but the broadhead had unscrewed, and I didn't find it in the bear, and maybe it was in the gut pile, I don't know, or it's laying up there in the woods, I don't know. But I do know that it makes a tremendous hole. So that's it. That's my gear. That's what I'm running. You guys want to see what I'm wearing, you can go check out this video over here somewhere. I guess I'll put it over here, of my First Light kit. And that's it. So everybody take care and God bless.